So we try again, and this time we're going to use the poison sting method. My fear is that he's going to start spamming moves that's going to lower our accuracy, and that's not something that we want. Sure, we take less damage by not using struggle, but if we lose accuracy, that kind of just defeats the whole purpose. And he's already spamming it. Two of them, and we're just missing a ton, and it sucks because it's really one of those things where if we don't take him down fast, we're just not going to take him down. He disables our poison sting, and he's using even more moves to minimize himself on top of the fact that we've already lost. Look, I don't normally quit in battles, but we can see how this is going to go. I'm just going to have to go to Saffron City and grind. I'm going to be extremely shocked at this point and a bit surprised if we beat Sabrina before we beat Koga. I mean, sure, psychic types are, bad health for Weedles, but at this point, where our level is at, we could probably knock everything out with mostly 1, 2, or possibly even 3 hits because of where we're at. And at least we're neutral to psychic types. Poison types, we just don't have a chance. I hope you guys can see why this is going to cause a problem in the future when we face Agatha in the Elite Four. After grinding a little bit, I try again at level 79. This time, he almost takes out Coughing in one hit. If we could take out one of them in one hit, that would be so wonderful. He uses Sludge. That's not good. Uses another Sludge. And I can tell you right now, we're already not going to make it through this battle. And we try to battle again. Struggle does actual less damage this time. And same thing. Muck starts attacking with Sludge, but he doesn't hit us twice, so that's good. If we can just survive this Coughing. Now... Nope. Gonna have to grind some more. So what I try to do is take a stab at Rival 5. I've been struggling with other people, but I think I might do a decent chance against him. Okay, Pidgeot, we don't do a lot with our poison sting, but his wing attack surprisingly doesn't do a lot of damage. At this point, Weedle doesn't have the best defense, but his defense is high enough to where we kind of do okay. Execute is pretty easy because he's part grass type. Gyarados might be a problem, especially with Dragon Rage. Hydro Pump doesn't do too much damage. We managed to get by him. Then we get the Badge Glitch Boost, so that's real good. Alakazam could be a problem. Yikes. Confusion clearly takes a lot of damage, and we go down based with leaving him with a slither of health. Right now, I have a decision to make. So I can either do an insane amount of grinding, or I have a couple rare candies that I can use to level up my Weedle. At this point, to be perfectly honest with you, I think it just might be in my best interest to probably grind a little more. One idea I do have, I could possibly use the struggle method against Rival 5, but I have a feeling that that would not end too well. As much as I don't want to, I think I'm just going to have to go ahead and grind. At this point, if you look at my Weedle, it's going to be a horrible grind because it takes him a long time to level up. I think I've battled everybody that I could possibly battle in Split Scope. I think the only option I have left is to possibly go to the Safari Zone and obtain Surf. However, I don't think I'm able to use Surf yet because I only have 4 badges. So, talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. I could try to continue the Rival 5 fight, and maybe I could get lucky, but it just seems like it's not in my favor as of right now. So, this is going to be a long grind, but I think if I can get up by maybe 1 or 2 levels, I can probably have enough to take him on. Try the Rival 5 fight again in hopes that maybe I can get a little bit of better luck this time around. Start off with a good hit from Pidgeot, poison, and goes down. Once again, Execute goes down pretty easily, but here's the problem. Execute uses Reflect, and when you use Reflect in Gen 1, it boosts their defense for the whole entire battle. Now, luckily, Execute goes down pretty easily, but that could cause problems later on. Next, we have Gyarados. Oh man, feel free to laugh at my mess ups. And he's just taking a lot of damage from Hydro Pump. Alakazam is next, and if it uses Side Beam, which it just did, it goes down. I think we can win this. We just have to get really, really lucky. One last time, and if we can't beat him this time, then we'll just grind a little more. Poison Sting does a bit less damage this time. He's constantly hitting with Wing Attack. That could be a problem. I think a lot of it is really going to depend on if we can take down Gyarados. He uses a potion, but really? Potion, my G? Alright, I guess. Gyarados is a real problem. This time he uses Bite, and it seems like we're doing a little bit better against him, but he's lowering our defense. I hope that doesn't cause a problem. Alakazam, we have way more luck, and he uses Confusion instead of Side Beam. Thank goodness. But here comes Charizard. He uses Ember. Ember can take a bit of damage, and I don't know. We'll see. And we came so close. So close. I'm going to just keep grinding it out in this battle until we win. We're going to get lucky one good time. Try again, except this time we're close to level 81, so hopefully the badge glitch boost will help us out. Poison Sting, Poison off, Rip. We keep using Poison Attack. Wing Attack keeps hitting. I'm just hoping we don't get a crit. And we level up. Hopefully the badge glitch boost will go into full effect. We're doing good against Execute as expected. Next is Gyarados. If we don't take a lot of damage from Gyarados, we have a chance. Let's see. He uses Leer, misses Dragon Rage. That's not good. Dragon Rage again. And this is really frustrating. Use the Side Beam, and we got crit. I'm pretty sure if we didn't get crit, we would have survived. I think I'm going to take a chance, and I'm going to probably go ahead and use one of my rare candies. I didn't want to, but oh, man, this is frustrating. I think I'm just going to have to go for it. I decided at this point that because things are getting a little bit out of hand, I'm going to go back and forth between Koga and Rival Fivel. I literally cannot progress any further. I'm not able to use Surf, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong. I'm about to do some research and check. But I don't think I can use Surf until after I at least beat Koga. And this is where the frustration comes in. My Weedle is at a level 81. And Weedle is so bad that it can't even one-shot anybody on my rival's team. I was thinking about using my rare candies. I'm still debating it. I currently have 5. I'm pretty sure there are a lot more out there. But I really want to save it because, like I told you guys before, if by the slightest chance this run can be done, which I'm going to just be honest with y'all, I don't think it can. I'm going to have to be at level 100. I've seen, once again, and I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, I've seen Weedle be able to win a Pokemon Red and Blue playthrough using items in battle. But as you've seen throughout this whole experience, I have not used any items in battle. I have not used any full heals, no hyper potions, no regular potions, nothing. So it is extremely, extremely frustrating. While we're here, I just want to give a shout out to my friend on Instagram, Lovely Ashes. She was the one who actually voted in the column, well, not just voted, but recommended me doing a challenge with just a Weedle. So as you guys are laughing at my pain, you can thank her for that. This is extremely frustrating. But what I'm going to do is once I run out of PowerPoints, I'm going to try to struggle my way through Koga once again. I'm about 2 levels higher since the last time I did it. So maybe, just maybe, I might get lucky. But either way, I'm going to rotate between him and Rival Fivel. And one of those battles is going to end up, you know, helping me progress forward. I had to try Koga once again at level 81. We still cannot knock Coughing out in one hit with struggle. That literally goes to show how bulky Caulk is. I think I said Caulk, Coughing. I think I have a newfound level of respect for poison types in this game. Maybe except Weedle. I still think Weedle is extremely weak. And yeah, my point of view is not going to change on that. We're down to 21 health. And the problem is, as we can clearly see, or as you can clearly see, is Weedle just takes too much damage. If we could use struggle without taking any damage at all, I think we could make it happen. But we can't. So back to Rival 5. We try Rival 5 again. Critical hit with the poison sting, but he gets a critical hit with wing attack. We use another poison sting, another wing attack. He keeps using wing attack, and it's annoying me. I know obviously he's going to use it because the AI realizes it's super effective. Execute comes out. We can't quite one hit with poison sting, but it doesn't make a difference. We don't take any damage. Gyarados is up next. I prefer for him to use bite than Dragon Rage, and yeah, but we beat him. Okay, Alakazam is next. At least we don't get confused. And we get the badge glitch boost. Now we have Charizard. I'm a little scared because if he uses Ember, that's going to be the end of us. And I knew it. Like, we are so close. Literally. Right there, yo. Right there. Give in and use 3 out of 5 of my current rare candies. I'll just have to really be disciplined and not use the other 2 unless I completely run into a brick wall. Poison Sting is still not doing enough damage, but we're being left with more health than before, so that's good. Poison Sting is still not even one-shotting Execute, which is extremely frustrating. I'm really scared to see what's going to happen in the future. Gyarados hits us with a Hydro Pump. We continue to use Poison Sting. At least the good news about this is we are actually taking less damage, so that's good. Psybeam hits us pretty hard, but we're high enough with Charizard to where we might survive, and we don't because of the critical hit. Man, this is tough. Level 88. It really seems like our defense is getting better, but our attack is not really improving. Like, we're not doing that much more damage than we were doing at level 85, and I think that's really causing a huge problem with this run. Not to mention, if an Alakazam crits with Confusion or Psybeam, it's pretty much all said and done. And even with us poisoning Charizard, it just seems like we're not getting enough damage done. I really want to almost try a struggle run against him, but it just seems like it's not enough. And I wonder if using those rare candies was even a good idea, because truth be told, it didn't boost our attack or our defense that much. But now that we're at level 88, what I would like to do is maybe, lose our power points again and maybe try the struggle run with Weezing. Well, not just Weezing, but Koga's Gym, and possibly see if there's a chance that, we can win there. Because if we can win there, we can get Surf, and we can always go around and come back and challenge Rival 5 later. But again, I'm worried that if we're struggling this much with Rival 5 right now, how in the world are we going to beat him before we get to the Elite Four, let alone the champion battle, if we can somehow, some way even manage to make it that far? So I think what I'm going to do, and I have a plan, I'm going to grind it out. I'm going to beat Koga somehow, some way. I'm going to beat Koga. And then, we're going to beat everybody else. But in addition to getting more experience points, because I don't know how many rare candies are left in the game, and I don't want to keep using rare candies because the best way to level up is through battle experience. I'm also going to battle the legendary birds. I mean, if you think about it, Articuno will be the easiest one to battle. Zapdos and Moltres will be a little harder because they have moves that can damage us pretty badly. But look, we got 12 more levels to go before we max out at 100, and even then, it's looking kind of hopeless. But we just got to keep trying. I told y'all I'm going to try all the way till I get to a level 100. If I get to a level 100 and I get stuck and there's no way, then that'll be the end of the run. But for now, it's not over it, but it's looking pretty grim. So I decided to challenge Koga, and none of the Pokemon hit me. So we're going to see what Weezing does. And whoa, he survives with a slither of health. I don't know how I did that. Let me tell you something, y'all. I'm about to start praise break dancing. Hallelujah, thank you, Lord, and all that good stuff. It took me forever. Oh, my Lord. Y'all don't understand how happy I am right now. I was thinking I would have to be at like level 95 or something just to beat Koga. That's not a good thing when you just beat the 5th gym leader. That shows how bad Weedle is. But we're going to do something. I'm going to heal up, and we're going to try Rival 5, And we're going to try to see if we can struggle our way through. Maybe we can get lucky like we did here. Doubt it. Back to Rival 5 just to see if I can maybe struggle my way through. And wow, that's okay. So we're going to struggle with one hit. He used Reflect, but again, it doesn't matter because, just doesn't make a difference. Now, I'm a little nervous. We get the badge glitch boost, which is really good. I know we can take Alakazam down in one hit, but if we knock out Charizard, which we almost do, and even if we do, it just seems like we're still going to lose because even if we would have knocked Charizard out, we wouldn't have had enough health on our own. So I'm going to try again just to see, now that we're at level 89, if it's possible that we can beat Rival 5. If we cannot beat Rival 5, then I have another plan. We'll actually go to Cinnabar Island instead and take on that gym, if that's possible, and then come back. But we're really, really close. And that's a good thing, but it's also bad. It's good because we can advance. It's bad because by the time we get to the fight before the Elite Four, he's going to be stronger. And if we're not doing enough to handle him by then, it's going to be a problem. So we get past the first Pidgeot pretty good. Good news is we're not taking a lot of damage. Hopefully the same goes with Gyarados. We hit a critical hit, 2 critical hits. Okay. Alakazam, we don't get poisoned by Psybeam. And he uses Ember, but as long as we don't get burnt, we should be fine. And, whew, what do you know? Somehow, some way, we make it through Rival 5. Oh my gosh. Look, let me tell you something, y'all. I thought we were going to have to go all the way to Cinnabar Island just to even have half of a chance. If you think that was rough, I really have a strong feeling that we're going to have to be close to level 100 just to be able to bypass the final rival fight before the champion fight. Whew. I don't know how we made it through that. Before I make an attempt on the Giovanni fight, I decided to, and I didn't mean to do that crap. I decided to go ahead and go to the Safari Zone. Reason being is because I need the HM for Surf, and I also need to eventually get the HM for Strength in order to advance to the rest of the game. Also, another reason why I'm doing this is to get all the items that I possibly can. There are some really good items that I'll probably need later on. And not only that, but if by some chance I'm not able to quite beat Giovanni at the moment, I need a backup plan. That backup plan would require me to go to Cinnabar Island, get a little stronger, and then go from there. I'm hoping that that's not going to be the case. Oh, a Chansey. But, at this point of the run, it's better to be safe than sorry. We literally have 11 levels to go before we max out. And for me, I am trying to take every single precaution that I possibly can. So we're going to have to do the Safari run a couple of times to get all the items and to get the HMs. But trust me, it's going to be well worth it. This time for the Giovanni fight. I figure I may just have to struggle my way through this one because poison types are just not going to work. So we go ahead and go for it. So far, we're doing good. Rhyhorn is going to be a problem, though. But we managed to beat him, and that leaves us with Nidoqueen. But we don't quite have enough to just get through. And I know for a fact that with at least 3 of his Pokemon, Poison Sting is just not going to work. Especially once we get to Nidoqueen. Because remember, Nidoqueen is Poison and Ground type, and Rhyhorn is Ground and Rock type. So that's just not going to do it. I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to grind a little more, go to Cinnabar Island, and then come back. I'm really nervous, y'all, because there's a possibility that we could be at level 100, and the run just might end at Giovanni's gym. But we're not going to give up hope. It's not over yet. At level 91, I see if we can struggle our way through again, just to see how we do. Nidorino goes down very easily. Kangaskhan goes down after 2 hits, but we take no further damage. But we're still not out the woods yet. Rhyhorn is hitting us, and we're taking recoil damage, so of course this is not working too well. Next is Nidoqueen, and I don't see how well we're gonna do. And apparently we still can't make it past Nidoqueen even with struggle. Golly. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and battle Blaine, and then we're gonna come back, and I'm hoping that by then we can struggle our way through. Otherwise, once again, we're gonna be stuck. I had to go ahead and try to battle Giovanni again, but this time I have a strategy. Not only am I close to level 92 and getting the badge glitch boost, but I'm going to use a certain number of poison stings, which will eventually turn into struggles. My hopes is that I'll take less damage, and so far things are going well. I'm not taking much damage at all. I get the badge glitch boost, and now I can struggle my way through, well, after taking down Kangaskhan real quick, without taking like too much damage. So far things are going great. Rhydon gets hit, and he doesn't get poisoned. It would have been nice, but it's all good. As long as we don't take too much hits from him, we're good. Next we have Nidoqueen, which I'm pretty sure we can take down. Unfortunately we get paralyzed, but we managed to get the win. That's a really solid strategy now that I think about it, and I think I'm going to enforce it the next time that I face Giovanni. But I'm so glad that we got past him. Man, that was a tough one. I decided to try my luck against Blaine just to see how I can do. Granted, it's fire types, and that's not good, but hey, I think we can do pretty good because honestly, the AI in this game for Blaine just sucks. He doesn't use good moves, and he opts a lot of times to do super potions or agility because agility is looked as a psychic type move and it thinks it's super effective, even though it's really not. We get the Rapidash, we poison sting him, he misses fire sting, fire sting, fire spin, but then lands another one. He keeps using potions, so that could be a problem later on if he keeps using fire spin and we keep getting stuck. We poison him and we just can't get it. We're gonna have to try again a little bit. To go and give Blaine's Gym another chance, thinking that maybe just possibly I can somehow get past it. Growlithe is not a problem, so we're good with that. I think the issue is Fire Spin. In case you don't know, Fire Spin in Gen 1 is completely broken. Once it hits you, it can continuously wrap around you. I mean, typically in other gens, you can still continuously take damage from, you know, moves like Wrap and Fire Spin and Clamp. But the difference is, at least in Gen 2 and beyond, I said Gen 10, Gen 2 and beyond, it only takes a little bit of damage and you can still attack. But in Gen 1, realistically, you can't move. So once you're hit, it's it. Now for the opponent, it's locked in, but if it's super effective against someone like, you know, Weedle in this case, it just doesn't help our cause. Now, because Rapidash was poisoned, that did help us, but next we got Arcanine, and this can be a problem, especially if he uses Fire Blast. And yeah, that's it. We may have to grind just a little bit more. Truth be told, the fact of the matter is, Fire Blast is not a very accurate move, but it's a very powerful move. So we get hit by that, we're pretty much done. Another thing you may have noticed is right before each big battle, like a gym leader battle, I'm actually going ahead and I'm saving before the battle begins. Now I'm going to explain why I'm doing that. The reason I'm doing that is because, as I mentioned earlier in the run, with Red, Blue, and Yellow, and even Pokemon Green for the Japanese version, when you get defeated by somebody, you lose literally half of your money. I'm going to be honest, at this point, we can't afford to lose that much more money. We're going to need all the money that we can get because we're going to need plenty of Hyper Potions and plenty of full heals from when we go battle the Elite Four. So if you see me saving a lot more than I was before, that's the reason why. To take another shot at Blaine, knowing that I'm about to level up and I can get the badge glitch boost. I totally said that wrong the first time. The only thing I hope is that we don't get burned and he gets poisoned and we don't get burned and don't take much damage. And that's good. So now we have the badge glitch boost in effect. And not only that, but I have a strategy. Poison Sting is going to run out at some point, and at that point what I can do is I can struggle my way through. That is, granted, Weedle doesn't take a lot of damage, but we'll see how this goes if we can get past Rapidash. Rapidash is continuing to use Fire Spin, and it's just taking a toll. And you know, the plan almost worked. Let's see if we can try it one more time. I'm pretty sure somehow, some way I can nail this. It just really depends on how much damage I take. He uses agility, good. We didn't take any damage that time, so that helps. Hopefully Fire Spin will miss. It misses, so that's perfect. It hits us once, but he's 2 poison, so we're still good to go. Next is Rapidash. Rapidash misses as well. He wastes time with a Poison Sting, and, well, not a Poison Sting, but a Super Potion. And even though Fire Spin is taking its toll, it seems like the plan is working. Last up is Arcanine, and we use Struggle. He continues to use Super Potion. This may be a problem if he spams it, and we win literally with 2 HP left. Man, when I tell you that was a close call. Woo. You know, I see what J Rose and my dry bread be going through, and other Pokemon, YouTubers, when they really have to think strategy. I'm starting to slowly but surely realize you can't brute force your way through every single Pokemon battle. Sometimes you literally have to, think things through to try to figure out how things are going to work. So I'm glad we got through that. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and head back to Saffron City. I could easily battle Sabrina right now. I think one of the reasons why I was kind of waiting out was because I wanted to battle the other trainers, even though they have Ghastly and Haunter. But to be honest with you, at this point, we're so close to level 100. I'm thinking about possibly just skipping them and going straight to Sabrina. She's the one that really matters. And then we can spend time, if we need to, leveling up using the other trainers around the region, the few that we have left, going through to battle all 3 legendary birds, and then heading to Giovanni, which is probably going to be a beast of a challenge itself once we get there. Finally, after beating all the trainers in Sabrina's gym, it's time to take on Sabrina herself. First Kadabra hits us with a huge psychic with a critical hit. Woo! The problem is we can't take out these guys in one hit all the time, and if we get hit by a crit with a psychic attack, it's said and done. Mr. Mime goes down just fine. Venomoth is up next, super effective. He knows Side Beam, but because he's not a psychic type, it doesn't do much damage. Now, this is what I'm afraid of. Alakazam. Use Poison Sting, brings it down to health. He burns up his poison, or should I say his defense, and we don't get him. Let's actually try this again. I'm pretty sure that we can do it as long as we have enough, health to deal with Alakazam. We try Kadabra again. This time he doesn't crit us, so that's good. Mr. Mime comes out with Poison Sting. He puts Barrier. That puts up a defensive, so that's going to be a little bit of a problem. Venomoth uses Side Beam, but it's still not doing enough damage. Now we have Alakazam. We do Poison Sting. He hits with Side Beam, but we get confused, and Side Wave takes us out. Let's try to do it one more time. I think we can really do this, y'all. Like, it's just going to take lucky. Okay, we get a critical hit with Kadabra, so that's good. As long as Mr. Mime doesn't use Barrier, and he uses Barrier twice. So, and she uses a Hyper Potion. That doesn't help with things. Light Screen doesn't make a difference because we don't have any special attacks, but Barriers raises defense, so it doesn't help. Luckily, we're able to take him down. Next is Venomoth. As long as we don't get in, we get confused. Okay, now this may be a little bit of trouble because now we're confused, and all it takes is one hit for Alakazam. He uses the Barrier move, and we still end up taking him out for the win. We did really good. I'm kind of shocked. It took a little less tries than we thought. And it's crazy because to think that Koga was a lot harder to deal with than Sabrina and Blaine. Pokemon mechanics is so weird, but I guess it all depends on who you choose on, who you plan on using, especially when it comes to a solo run. Alright, so now that we're done here, I'm going to set the TM in just a second to save the game. Once I pick up the TM for her, we're going to go ahead and finally go to the 8th gym and deal with Giovanni. I'm not worried about his trainers in the gym, but I am worried about Giovanni himself. We're going to have to come up with a strategy in order to beat him. So here comes the final gym battle. And really, I just knew off rip that going in with the Poison Sting method was not going to really do the trick. So what I decided to do was lower my Poison Stings quite a bit and then start using Struggle in hopes that he wouldn't attack me that much. Rhyhorn goes down pretty well. Dugtrio goes down pretty well, although I'm scared because he's not going to make it past the initial bout. Now we have Nidoking, and he doesn't even survive. It's one of those things where I honestly believe that I may have to use Poison Sting a little more just to get past, but I'm going to try it again just to see what happens. He has 6 Pokemon, so Not getting attacked would be lovely, but we'll see what happens. He's using guard special. He attacks me a little bit, does a little bit of damage. He's still poisoned, and then I go and start using struggle. And he attacks me, which is not good, because we're gonna hit Duck Drill down in one hit. That's gonna take quite a bit of damage. Niddle Queen is next. Use guard special, and even if we would have one hit KO Niddle King and he wasn't to attack us, we still just it's not enough. I think I'm just gonna have to grind more. Decide to go just level up a little bit wherever else I can in the region. There's a couple more trainers I can battle, and I can also battle the 3 legendary birds. Well, technically 2 out of the 3, because I can't battle Moltres until after I beat Giovanni, and that's if we can beat Giovanni at this point. It seems like things don't go well the first time, but I'm pretty sure we can beat Articuno. But that's how these legendary birds are so strong. I mean, yes, Weedle's weak, but I'm at a level 95 and I'm still taking massive damage. But on the second attempt, I managed to beat Articuno. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to battle the rest of the trainers heading up to Fuchsia City. So I'll probably go back out to Fuchsia City, and then after that I'll go to the power point. I said power point. Power plant. And then from there, try to battle Giovanni again and see what happens. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, we're at level 95. We are 5 levels away from our maximum level. I'm not sure if we can do this. I wouldn't be surprised if the run ends with Giovanni, but as always, we're gonna press through today. So next, I make it a mission to battle Zapdos just to see how well I'll do, and to get some more experience points with him as well. Zapdos uses Thunder Shock and paralyzes us and hits us with a hard Drill Peck and crits us. Let's try this again. Let's see what we can do. The main goal is to not get hit by Drill Peck. I'll deal with Thunder Shock over Drill Peck any day, and that's the reason why, because Drill Peck has a high chance to crit, and we just don't want those problems. Let's try it one more time to see if we can come up with a good strategy. So we're hitting him with Poison Sting. He's Thunder Shocking us. All right, and we beat him. That's exactly what we needed. Now let's go ahead and look at our stats. Right now we have a little bit more to level up with. We have 3 rare candies. I'm going to use all 3 rare candies after he gets to level 97 to max at level 100. This is it. This is going to be the true test. We're going to go back and we're going to battle Giovanni. I have 3 strategies in mind. If neither one of them work, then that'll be the end of the run. However, if it does work, which I really, really hope it does, we can continue on with the run. This time, we're going to try the struggle run just to see what happens. And he's not hitting us, but we got to be careful, because if he hits us with a Horn Drill, it's pretty much over. And we make it through that. Next is Duck Drill. This should be a one-shot, exactly as I predicted, so that's good. Niddle Queen is next, and Niddle Queen is just bulky. And we take out Niddle Queen, and this is the furthest we've gotten so far. So now we have Niddle King. And even though we knocked Niddle King out, the struggle tactic almost works. Almost worked. Now, here's the problem. I know for a fact that with a lot of luck, we can get past Niddle King. The issue that we're going to run into is Rhydon. Rhydon is way too bulky. I'm not entirely sure that we can get past him, but we have one more attempt that we're going to try, and it's going to be the Poison Sting struggle run. We're going to see how that works. This is going to be our final attempt, y'all. If this doesn't work, then this run just might be over. We get a run with Rhydon with very, very little health left. If he doesn't hit us, we might have a chance of winning. Let's see what happens. Tail Whip, okay. Uses Guard Spec, okay. We might be able to win this. And, oh my gosh. We did it. Yo, I kid you not. I swore that the run was going to end there, but somehow, some way, we did it. Oh my Lord, that is crazy. I don't think y'all understand how happy I am right now. Look, I still don't think we're gonna make it past Agatha. But as for the hard work that I was putting in with this, I told myself there is no way we're losing to Giovanna. We gonna at least make the Elite Four. All right, so obviously I'm about to go heal up, and as you probably already know, we still have one more rival battle to do before the Elite Four. So let's do it. Right, so we are on the final rival battle. I can't tell you how excited I am. I'm so excited. I'm so glad we did it. He starts off with Pidgeot, Poison Sting. Wing attack doesn't take much damage, and he's using agility. I'm assuming because the AI thinks it's psychic, so whatever. Rhyhorn is a problem though. There's no way that we're gonna get past Rhyhorn that easily. We're gonna actually have the same problem that we dealt with when we were facing Giovanni. Now, luckily, he's using a lot of tail whips and he's missing a lot of his attacks, but that's still not going to help us in the long run if we get hit by a physical move. Execute's pretty much going to be close to a one shot, and Execute doesn't do anything, so we're cool. Gyarados, who used Poison Sting on it, he's missing his moves or using Leers. He uses one bite, but it's okay. We're good. Now, here's the problem. Alakazam. Can we get past Alakazam? We use Poison Sting. It's not a one hit, but he crits. And that's pretty much the end of that. I really think we can beat him. I think we may have to use the struggle and poison maneuver, but we can get a run where we get all the way to the end with the last rival fight and we lose Poison Sting and we finish him off with barely any health. I swear this took so many attempts. I had to have tried over 10 times just to get lucky, and I did. I don't know how I did it, but again, this does not look too good. This does not bode well. I am still really nervous as to try to figure out if we can make it past the Elite Four. But for now, we're good. If you watch the NFL, you know there's like a wild card round, and then there is the conference rounds. I feel like we have made it to the conference round. Now that we're going to get a chance to go against the Elite Four. Now the question is, can we take it all the way and go to the Super Bowl, which will be the rival fight? You know, it's funny. It's going to be weird using this analogy, but I feel like I'm an 8-8 team right now who just made it past the first wild card round, and I'm just like super stoked and excited. I can tell you right now, the whatchamacallit, the Victory Road, I said the Victory Road is not going to be easy by any means. But the good thing is because we're already at level 100, we can actually go ahead and skip a lot of the trainers. So what I'm going to do is I brought some Maxapels in advance. I probably should have brought a few more. Actually, I think we should be fine. I'm going to use them and try to get through the Victory Road as soon as possible and try to see if we can battle the least amount of trainers as possible as well, because we really don't want to lose any more money. So I am finally at the Pokemon League. This is it, y'all. This is literally it. All of our hard work, hours of grinding, battling Pokemon and trainers we didn't really need to battle is here. Side note, I went to the Elite, not the Elite, but through Victory Road, right? And as I was going through Victory Road, I didn't know it was possible that you can literally skip every single trainer. I didn't know that was a thing. I really legit did not know that was possible. Here's what's interesting about that, right? I battled one trainer, though, just to see how Weedle would fare out and whatnot. And that trainer had a Cloyster. I think the Cloyster was like at level 46 or something like that. And Weedle had kind of a tough time against the Cloyster. With that being said, I'm a little nervous that there's a possible chance we will not even make it past Lorelei. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I am very happy to be here. If this just so happens to be the end of the run, then you know what? I'm cool with it. We made it through Victory Road and to the Elite Four using only a Weedle for battle. Whew. Look, I don't care what y'all say. At this point, that's a very accomplishing feat, and I love it. Now, if we were allowed to use items in battle, I'm pretty sure this would be a cakewalk to some degree. But since we cannot use items in battle, this is going to be a very, very tough one. I'm going to have to go ahead and get certain items out of my PC. So I'll grab an ether. I thought I had more, but it's cool. No big deal. I grab my elixir. And I should have a max ether in here somewhere. And oh God, I don't. Uh-oh. This might be a problem. But truth be told, this might not make a difference if we can't even get past the first person. So, ladies and gentlemen, unless there's more ethers somewhere that I can get, and I'm going to look it up in a little bit just to see, this might be the end of the run. But we're going to save it here and see what happens. And let's go for it. So, we go against Lorelei. She brings out a Dugong. Now, the problem with Dugong is he can start sleeping. So, if we don't get crits, he could just spam sleep moves until we run out of power points. And this could be a problem, y'all. This could be real deal a problem. He keeps using rest. And unfortunately, Weedle is not doing enough damage. And I know for a fact that if we try to struggle our way through, it's not going to work. At this point, I'm just hoping to use Aurora Beam or something. It's just not working. He finally poisoned, but y'all see the video. I just, this is pure madness. This is complete, absolute madness. Like, I'm going to run out of power points very soon. And again, even if I use the struggle method, I don't think I'm going to get very far. She has a full party of Pokemon. There is no way that Weedle is going to survive that. Oh, man, this is... So that's it. We're going to try one more method, and that's going to be the struggle method. Actually, I have an idea. We could do the poison sting and struggle method. That might work. Let's try that. You know what? Actually, I just realized something. Dugong was using rest constantly because rest is registered as a psychic type move, and the AI in the game thinks for whatever reason that rest is super effective, even though it's not. Notice Dugong literally keeps using rest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to purposely run out of string shots. This actually might work in our favor. This is crazy, y'all. It's going to get to a point though where eventually he's going to have to use Aurora Beam. So I'm just going to keep doing what I do. I don't know how many rests he actually has in the tank. How many power points does rest even have? I need to look that up. But it's crazy. Like, if y'all wouldn't believe me if I didn't show y'all what I was doing. Like, this is absolute bananas, which is fine because string shot, it does nothing. Eventually, he's going to run out of rest, though. Or is he? Wait a minute. Why has he not run out of rest yet? It's no way. Do they have... Oh my goodness, this is... Okay, y'all, this is freaking insane. Like, I'm literally hitting him. I've hit him. I've used an attack well over 50 times. And he's still spamming rest. Dog, how is this even possible? It's literally going to get to a point to where I'm going to start using struggle. And if I start using struggle, I know on sight I'm not going to make it through. It's not going to happen. I keep using poison sting. And the problem is I saved the game or use the emulator save at a certain point to where I can't go back. So I literally locked myself at this point. I can't go back to before I battled the Elite Four. Struggle time. And I knock him out. Finally. But there's no way Cloyster's going to survive the rest of this battle. Or should I say Weedle? It's just not going to happen. Like, oh my gosh. That is horrible, y'all. Look, I hate to say this, but I know when to call it quits. I don't know if this is a thing in Gen 1, because in Gen 2, they actually do run out of power points. But in Gen 1, apparently there's a glitch to where, and I just looked it up, They don't run out of PowerPoints. Your opponent does not run out of PowerPoints. I hate to say this, y'all, but this run is over. At Lorelei, I thought we would be able to at least get past Lorelei. And I know some of y'all probably thinking, Marcus, why don't you try again? Look, I don't need to try a million times to know that what's done is done. I am happy that we made it to the Elite Four this far. I was not expecting this at all. I mean, let's take one final look at Weedle. Weedle just couldn't get it done. I mean, maybe if Weedle had a better moveset besides Poison Sting and String Shot, there would be a possibility. But that dugong spamming rest to no end. And even though we were able to bring it down using struggle, it's just no good, y'all. We can't do it. It can't be done. So you cannot beat the game using Weedle with no items in battle. I'm pretty sure if we could use items in battle, yes, definitely, I would have a strategic plan for that. But I don't have a plan for that, y'all. Maybe J Rose on my dry bread can figure something out. And if so, I'll definitely post it at some point and show y'all how they did it. I just don't think there's a way that I can do it. But listen, y'all, thank you guys so much for joining into my second Pokemon Solo Run Challenge. First one, while I was narrating the videos, I know these videos is going to take me a while to compile these videos because this is the first time I've ever done this. Shout out to everybody that's checked it out. If you haven't already done so, make sure you follow me on Instagram, A.C.T. Real MC. For next month's challenge, well, hopefully this video is out by June, but the end of June, I should say, we're going to be doing No Tank. Can I beat Pokemon Gold, Silver, or Crystal with only using a No Tank? But as always, I'm open to taking suggestions because, you know, here's how I'm going to do this, just to give you guys a heads up. So for each generation, I'm going to go ahead and give y'all a chance to tell me what Pokemon you would like me to do at least one time during the generation. So I'll do a Pokemon I want the first time around, and then the second challenge I do, you guys will get to choose. So definitely send me your suggestions, and whatever suggestions you guys send to me between now and August, or should I say the end of July, we'll vote at the end of July based on the suggestions given, and then we'll go from there. But as always, thank you guys so much for joining me. Greatly appreciate it. I hope you were able to laugh a little bit at some of my fluffs and my mistakes and my pain. And I think I have a newfound respect for Weedle. I'm sorry, Weedle, I let you down, but don't worry. We're going to bring you back soon enough. All right. Much love, y'all. Hope you guys have a great day.